Everybody, this is sorry, something on my throat. But anyway, what's up, everybody? This is Ivan Torres, aka Anime What If, and today we're going to be doing a new series, which will be called "What If Naruto was the reincarn." Hold on, my bad. What if Deku was the reincarnation of Naruto? Yeah, we're going with that. So today, we're gonna be. Wait, did I say that already? Oh, jeez, I must be losing my mind. Okay, so how we're gonna do this is Kurama, the Nine Tails, is going to be not a quirk. He's just going to be a Nine Tails. I mean, he's going to be a tailed beast inside Naruto, and how fudge inside Deku. My bad. I'm sorry. Inside of Deku, and how this will work is, let's see. Oh, okay. So Hagoromo wanted to give his son a better life. A better life? A better life. So he installed Naruto's soul inside of Deku because of how bad his life was. He wanted to give him another chance at happiness, but with an actual childhood where he's happy. Anyway, so fudge. Deku was born, and he's not crying, and because he's not crying because because he's dead or anything like that. He's not crying because he's inside of his own mind. And how that happened was that Kurama wanted to see what the new reincarnation of Naruto would look like. And he looks almost like Naruto, but except for for the blue eyes and the blonde hair. But which he's going to have kind of like yellowish hair, some highlights of it and some red. Because I'm just going to say that when you're reincarnated, you will have like bits and pieces of your old self. So we're just gonna work with that, and there's not gonna be Hokages and Jinchurikis. Well, yeah, probably it's a Jinchuriki or two, and ninjas and all that stuff in the Naruto verse. It's not there anymore because with time progressing and all. And this is like, what, 200 years after ours? Things won't need, like, Hokages anymore. They'll just need heroes. And they just mostly hold on. They completely forgot about it because, heck, why not? Now, how this would, not how this would work. Okay, inside Deku's mind, what's called Kurama sees him, and he's kind of happy of the fact that Naruto's gonna have another chance, and it's at least Naruto. At least Naruto's gonna have a better childhood, but he's kind of mad of the fact that he's stuck inside another baby. Like, at first, the first time it happened, it was like he was kind of caught off guard, and half of him was, missing. Oh, and this one, he has the full Nine Tails because Hagoromo made Deku's body to at least contain and hold in that power, like that raw energy of Kurama's. And so, how his how this will work? He will have tails, like fluffy tails on him, and fox-like ears. So he'll have fox ears and a fox tails. And oh man, sorry if I keep saying that. It's like something I need to work on. But anyway, he actually has like whiskers, and his whiskers are more defined. They're not like how Naruto would get when he was angry, but they're like to the point where it's more noticeable. And he's gonna have slits in his eyes, so he's gonna have green eyes, but it's gonna be green eyes with red with no not red slits with slits in his eyes. And when he gets mad, or to the point of anger, or if you piss him off, he's going to have red eyes instead of green. And okay, so if he gets mad and Kurama's like filling his chakra like to like I don't know high levels, his tails, even though they have fur on it, they're gonna have like hints of like a red aura between like on top of it, so it's cloaking his tails. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, and his tail, the color of his tails and ears, they're gonna be kind of yellowish and reddish because of just because I like the color. There's no other reason for that. So let's see. Let's say that 6 months have passed, and Kurama wants to get out of him, and Hagoromo actually like fixes his body to the point where if the Nine Tails gets out of him, Deku won't die. So he's not gonna die. All right. Okay. And he knows he's big, like he's huge. So he decided to like change his appearance. So he's going to be like a smaller fox with all of his tails. And Inko walks into his room because she heard not a transformation, but hear like that poof sound. And Inko is kind of shocked and amazed because of the fact that there's a fox in his room, but he has 9 tails. So she tries to like shoo, like I don't know, she tries to scare him away, like telling him like to shoo shoo shoo. But Kurama just talks to her and tells her, "Lady, I'm not a dumb fox and all, so I don't think you'll need to do that, lady." And fudge. And Inko's like kind of shocked. She thinks to herself, not only is there a fox in my house, not only does he have 9 tails, but he can talk too. What else? Oh, and Kurama doesn't know how to explain to her everything, so she just puts her. So not she. He just puts her in a genjutsu. Hold on. She puts him. He puts her in a genjutsu, and he reveals his true form, which is a freaking big fox. It's a big animal with large teeth in her eyes. And she's kind of shocked, and she's like, she doesn't know where to run. There really isn't anywhere to run. But he tells her to like relax and all that stuff. And she says, well, what the heck are you? And Kurama just tells her, I am Kurama. I am the Nine Tails. Hold on. I am known as the Nine Tails Fox. And your son is, hold on. What do we say? And your son is a host to my vessel. Oh, I don't know how he would say it. I just know he'll probably say, he is why I'm here. And she's kind of confused and telling him, how is he? I don't know what I just said. He just says he's a part of him. She says, how is this so? Are you like a quirk? Are you like a quirk? And Kurama says, what is a quirk? And she tells him a bit about what a quirk is. But he gets the gist of it. Because he didn't really care about what happened in the other world on Earth. So he's like, oh, so there's no ninjas here. There's just people with quirks. And he's thinking to himself, oh, these weak humans, they got him weaker. But they are kind of nice. And hold on. She tells him the whole kind of like the rundown of what quirks are and how quirks came to be. And he tells her about what Jinchurikis are, and he also talks about Naruto's life, like when Naruto was Naruto. I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, she kind of like gets a little sad of the fact that her son has lived a horrible life, kind of like a crappy life in the beginning. But she was kind of happy of the fact that everything went well, and not only that, he became a Hokage, which she kind of finds out a little earlier from what Kurama was talking about. And she's amazed that her son, her baby boy, is going to become one of the strongest beings on Earth. And he also kind of explains a bit about the Indra. I don't know how to explain it, how to say it, but I know how to say Ashura. So we're good on that here, people. But anyway, let's get on to it. He talks about how his life was and how it came to be, and how it was called, what ninjutsu, genjutsu was. Everything about the tunings to jonings from genins to tunings and to jonings. So he explains about how ninjas were. And she kind of knew in a way, because she read up about, I don't know how to explain this, but she knows about history. She kind of reads up on it from time to time, and she kind of did once see what ninjas were, but she kind of didn't believe it. She thought it was kind of like fake and all that, because if that was the case, people would have still used people would have still used it. And Kurama tells her not to talk about this to anybody, because he doesn't want to be used as a weapon of war. Because how would I say this? After the whole Naruto thing, I forgot to tell you guys this. Naruto, he dies an old man. I don't know anything about the progression of the storyline on Boruto and all that stuff. I'm just gonna cut it off to the point where he died as an old man. That's it. I'm not doing anything about freaking when Boruto was 16 and all that crap. None of that crap. This is a place of business, mister. Anyway, so let's see. During the time, he talks about what Jinchurikis were used for, and he knows that if anybody knows anything about Jinchurikis, he would have to keep that as a secret at all costs. So if he just came out as a quirk in the future, it's like she'll be okay with it. she's kind of okay with the fact that her son has a beast that could destroy probably literally the whole continent of China or Asia. I don't. Oh fudge! Europe, Asia. He can destroy. He can literally destroy worlds. Because yeah, Kurama can actually destroy worlds in a way. He is freaking strong. He is the powerful. I think second powerful beast. I don't know if the Ten Tails counts as a tailed beast. He looks like he's made of he's a mixture of wood and Play-Doh. That's all I know. But that's not the point here. You wanted to hear a story, and I'm giving it to you. Anyway, 4 years came by, or I think was it 5 years or 4 years? I'm doing 4 years. I like that number. 4 years later, he goes to the quirk doctor, and he kind of shows off how his quirk is. And how did I say this? Deku doesn't cry. He isn't a crybaby anymore. Like, at first he kind of was, because he's still like Deku, even though he's Naruto at the same time. But he doesn't cry or anything, so anyway, what was I talking about right now? Oh yeah. So he goes to the quirk doctor and they analyze his quirk, and he shows off how his transformation works. How he can have like tails and ears, and he also has super strength and super speed. And since he's kind of like a fox already, he has like heightened senses. So like smell, sniff, touch, taste, all that good stuff. Now, give me a second. That's some good H2O. But anyway, so, what was it? Oh yeah, okay. So he doesn't learn ninjutsu. I mean, he's going to learn ninjutsu. He learns kind of how to do chakra, and he's learning how to do the shadow clone right now because he's only 4 years old. So I'm not gonna make him OP just yet. Or probably I'm not gonna make him OP. No, you know what? I'm gonna make him OP because he's gonna learn the shadow clones, and the shadow clones literally help for everything. I'm talking they can be your best friend, pretty much as far as I know, and you can get some good battle experience with them. Now, anyway, his quirk is going to be called Tailed Beast or Jinchuriki. I didn't know what to go with the two because I like both of them. I'm not gonna call the quirk Kurama because it's kind of weird. Oh, and his quirk also involves Kurama coming out, but he's only showing like his like chibi form or little like his baby form because he doesn't want like the building to like be ripped apart. Because like I said before, he's huge. I think he's probably bigger, or at least big enough to destroy a skyscraper with probably one of his tails. Now, let's see, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, okay. So he goes to school with Bakugo, and Bakugo already gets his quirk before Deku. Well, he kind of already had his quirk, but he never just showed it off. So Deku's just trying to play it off like, oh yeah, oh my quirk came in too, like days after Bakugo showed his. So he's been always showing off his quirk, and Deku got his quirk already. No, No, he tells everybody that he has his quirk, and everybody's like wondering, like they want to all see it, and he shows off his floofy tails and his like pointy ears, and the teachers were like thinking to themselves, that's a cute little kid. It looks like a plushie because he's still short and a little chubby since he's a toddler. And Bakugo, he's thinking to himself, yeah, that's kind of a neat quirk, but it's not as flashy as mine. Oh, it can never be as flashy as mine. My quirk is to make bombs. His quirk is, can destroy worlds. Oh, big difference here, people. Oh crap, sorry. There we go. Now, he's part of like the Bakugo crew. I don't know how to explain this. He's part of the crew just because he has nothing better to do. But he kind of does. But he's trying to make friends with people. I mean, he's made friends before in the past. But anyway. So, he's part of the group, and we're going to cut to the point where Bakugo fell. And the moment he fell, Deku had his tail and grabbed him. Like, it wrapped around him. And his tails can stretch all the way. Like, let's just say probably... I really don't know. Probably 10 feet. Because Kurama's tails are like freaking long. I mean, like, I think they're longer than his body. As far as I know, and I've seen on the pictures before. Now, what am I talking about? Oh yeah, so he catches him, and Bakugo is kind of happy that he didn't fall on top of his face, but he's more mad at the fact that Deku saved him. Like, I don't know how to explain this. Bakugo's ego is just like, it's just big. I don't know how to say this. He gets mad at the fact that somebody saved him instead of being thankful. I think that's how much of a piece of crap he truly is. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, and they're going to be enemies on this one. It's not going to be a female Bakugo. And they're going to be... my parents are like, kind of like, somewhere around the room. Or in the living room. I don't want to get in trouble because of this crap. But anyway. So he gets mad at the fact that he's saved, and Bakugo just pushes Deku away and just tells him that he's no longer his friend, which makes Naruto fudge, which makes Deku kind of sad, and he kind of remembers like a bits and pieces of his like childhood, and he remembers how when people just like push them away, and it makes him sad. But Kurama's like, he's already pissed. The fact that somebody's pushing him away, even though he helped him, it's reminding him of what happened. And don't get me wrong, Kurama doesn't care about like how people see him, but he kind of cares of the fact that what he did to Naruto, because he knew if he didn't have that much hatred for everything, Naruto would have probably had a better childhood because he would have not felt that hatred. I don't know how to explain this, because since he was inside of him, no homo, since he was like inside of Naruto, his whole life has been crap. Not only that, nobody liked him because of that. Hold on here. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So he's getting mad and like he's like trying to not get as mad because he doesn't want little Naruto to become, to become freaking, I don't know, a killer. Let's just say that he doesn't want him to kill anybody. He doesn't want a he wants how would I say this politely? He would use a Chidori and stick it through Bakugo's heart. That's what he wants to do right now. But Deku is telling him that it's all right. Like cuz he knows bits and pieces of his childhood or his like previous life, but he knows it shouldn't affect him because he wants to be better than that. So it's like he ignores Bakugo for most of his life. And uh, during probably, let's say the time where Bakugo was bullying that kid, instead of that, it's going to be Sue. And if you guys don't like Sue and all that stuff, I understand. I understand. Don't worry about that. You guys are pieces of crap, but I still love you. This is a family channel. We don't hate around here. Even though I probably will stick a Chidori inside of you. That's not the point. The point is, he starts to bully Sue, and Naruto gets this a flashback, or not a flashback, a vision in his head of the toads on Mount Miyaboku, and he kind of gets mad and he gets in the way, and he tells them just to leave him alone. And Bakugo at this point, he sees him as a monster just because of his his transformation. And Kurama gets out of him. I mean, he gets out of him and he's like in his little baby form. And Deku's all like, how would I say this? He's kind of shocked of the fact that Kurama's getting out of him without like telling him, because sometimes when Kurama gets out of him, he feels kind of weird, like a piece of him just left. And he's telling him, why is he doing this? And Kurama's like saying that in his little chibi form, I can't stand around if you're gonna like take all this, like if you're gonna take most of the pain. And he's changed his life around to the point where he wants to help people as well. So he tells Deku, I'm gonna do this once. I'm gonna help you out on this one. Like, this kid needs to be put in his place. And how would I say this? Bakugo's all like, oh, look at that, your pet's here. Which pretty much pissed Kurama off. So he just turns automatically into like the big fox. But he's not like snarling and having all of his like fangs out. No, do foxes have? No, foxes have only probably. They have fangs, but they don't have like razor sharp teeth like sharks. I'm sorry now. He's not showing off his teeth or like drool's not coming out of him. He's like just standing there. And he's big enough, the park's big enough to handle him. So, anyway. How would I say? Bakugo's terrified. Just the mere presence of, how would I say this? The mere presence of the nine-tailed fox right there in front of them. I think that's a little bit, that's a little tough to handle. So Bakugo immediately just runs away and calls Deku a monster. He's just like, I really can't make voices because I suck at them. and it's kind of cringy to me, so I can't do that. But if you want me to do like a demonic fox voice, I can perfectly do that because that doesn't hurt me at all. I'm okay with that. But anyway, so he turns back into his like chibi form and just goes inside of Naruto. And how they do that is, Deku has that like that seal. I think not Trigon seal. I forgot what it was. I know it was like the tailed beast seal. Yeah, let's just call it that. To those who like Naruto and knows what it is. Anybody who knows what that is, or tetragram seal, whoever knows that, please comment down below so that way I can get it right. Anyway, so Sue isn't kind of scared due to the fact that she's kind of an animal. She's like an animal. Her quirk is like frog. It doesn't like affect her as much. But she is kind of scared of the fact that a freaking fox just came out of him. Not only that, it turned probably 2 stories tall, or probably 3. I really don't know how tall Kurama is, but the fact that a big dude just came out of him, no homo. Anyway, she's kind of like scared, but she's kind of like grateful of the fact that Deku came out. She's happy of the fact that Deku helped him. All right. Now, she says thank you, Keta, and how would I say this? Not fudge. Deku tells her actually, it's all right, and she said, "What is your name, Keta?" And Deku says his name is Izuku Midoriya. No, you know what? Let's scratch that. He says, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. And guess what? He kind of screws up on that, like thinking to himself, why did I say that? And how would I say this? Sue would say Naruto Uzumaki, and Deku would be like, oh, no. I kind of messed up on there. Which Froppy would probably say, how do you mess up on saying your own name? Because she's still blunt. Even as a child, she was still blunt. And he says that he was thinking of somebody right now. And Froppy just says, okay, Gettle. And I keep saying ad too much times. I'm an ad. I am ad. But anyway, she says my name is Suyu. Either it's Asui Suyu or Suyu Asui, whichever form that she says it. And he says, oh, it's nice to meet you, Miss Asui. And she just says, call me Sue. Ghetto. I'm actually loving saying this word. It's funny. But her family like runs up to her and says, is everything alright? Because they saw a fox. A big freaking animal. Whether they liked it or not. And Suyu tells him, oh yeah, it's this boy's quirk. And how would I say, how would this work? You know what? Hold on. Just a quick side note. Whatever I said about the ninjas and stuff don't exist. You know what? I'm gonna put the toads are still alive. Like the animals are still alive. Because they're kind of like their own like civilization. And that is the great probably 50th great granddaughter of Gamabunta or Gamakichi. You know what? We're doing this right here. And there's also going to be another Naruto character, which some of you probably like, and some you probably hate. But other than that, I'm gonna save it for. I'm gonna save it for the. I forgot the UA entrance exam. I'm saving it for that. It doesn't matter what you guys say. But what was I on? Oh yeah, they run to Sue, and she says this boy used his quirk, and uh, Sue's dad, which by the way he looks like a frog. If any of you guys know that, he's a big freaking frog. But guess what? We're gonna change him too. Oh, I'm loving this. Instead of like being a green frog, he's gonna have like different colors on him, like bluish, skin and orangish skin, kind of a bit of yellow. Because since they're part of like that tribe or that animal thing, they're gonna look like they're gonna kind of look like them. So anyway, moving on. What else was I gonna say? The I don't know what his name will be. I just know it's Mr. Asui or Mr. Suyu. No, Suyu's the name. Asui's the freaking last name. So Mr. Asui tells him that are your parents here? And he says no, my parents are at home. And he says that he wants to he wants to talk to his mother. What's it called? And at first, Izuku was kind of like hesitant because, stranger danger. But since it was Suyu's dad, he was kind of like, okay, I'll let you. But they go to fudge Inko, and Inko says, I wasn't expecting guests and all that stuff. And the father was all like, yeah, about that. I need to talk to you about something. And Inko's all like, talk to me about what? Did Izuku do something wrong? And Sue's dad, I'm just gonna call him that. Sue's dad just says he didn't do nothing wrong per se, but he kind of showed his quirk off, which we kind of believe it not to be actually a quirk. And this is when Kuroma comes out of him again and says, okay, I think I know who these people are. And Mr. Asui just like, boom, he kind of hops like backwards. And how would I say this? Says, hi, I don't know what he will call him, but he'll just say, hi, Mr. Nine-Tailed Fox, sir. Because he's legit scared due to the fact that there was like stories and legends and like actual pieces of history that they still remember today of what the Naruto and the Nine-Tailed Fox, and they also remember the Nine-Tailed Fox kind of did like destroy pieces of Konoha village. Man, my throat kind of hurts. But anyway, so he explains that Deku is in Jinchuriki, and that's not actually a quirk. When Chico tells him, yeah, I do kind of know about this, and he's not shocked. Sue's dad is not shocked, but he's kind of shocked at the fact that she knows that something that can kill Asia, like I already said that before, but something that could destroy the whole world and all that stuff. She's pretty much she's fine and dandy about it. But she tells him about what happened and a little bit of history that she had with Kurama, and he's taken aback because at first he thought he was just like some mindless beast that that has to be tamed, but after finding out that he's pretty much okay, he's an okay dude, and Kurama explained to him, explained to Sue's dad about what really did happen, and bits and pieces of the history is kind of, how would I say this, not right or not true actually. He's kind of okay with it now. And Sue's dad says if Deku ever wants to learn some jutsus and all that stuff, because the frogs do learn jutsus and all that stuff because it's kind of their thing still. Like I said, the animals, each of the animal each animal sage still learns and does all that stuff, and they'll carry it on until the day that all their clan members die. So Deku's talks to him all about, how do I say this? He talks to him about what happened, and Sue's dad says, "Thank you, young man, for protecting my daughter," and he leaves, pretty much. But he does tell him where to go if ever if he ever wants to, like, visit. And that's the end of that. So right now, do I want to end it? Oh man, nope. You know what? I want to make this my first hour one. Like my very first. I want to start off fresh and tight. Okay, this is no homo. So I'm just gonna keep saying that, so that way I won't have a dick in my ass. Anyway, moving on. So, cut to probably since he was 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say 10 years, 9 years later, he's 14. And this is probably the end of, like, the school year and all that stuff. And Bakugo, he hates Deku and he's scared of Deku at the same time. He thinks of him as a monster, and he's told him countless times before that he thinks of him as like a villain. But Mitsuki, Bakugo's mom, she's kind of fine, like okay with that, with the fact that that Deku has that beast inside him, because as far as she knows, she hasn't, the fox hasn't tried to do anything bad, but Bakugo isn't convinced at all. He just wants to see it behind bars. So they have fought before, and most times than not, Deku does win. And the only way Bakugo would ever win is, I really don't know how Bakugo would ever win, actually. I know Bakugo would probably try to use his, like, goons and all that stuff. Probably one time. Deku was bored and he did not want to do nothing. No, wait. Deku didn't want to do nothing, so he just wanted to be lazy. And Bakugo got the drop on him. That's the only time. I'm gonna say that. And oh, during like the probably 10 years, 10 to 9 years, he has learned how to do Rasengan, and he's also learned how to do Shadow Clone jutsus, and probably some other jutsus that you know that Naruto used before, and probably Fireball Jutsu and Chidori. He learns that. You know what? I'm gonna give him some of those good jutsus. He learns how to do Genjutsu from Kurama, and he learns how to do Taijutsu as well from Kurama. But the ninjutsu, he kind of has to learn that on his own, since I don't think Kurama knows how to do, Genjutsu. I mean, not Genjutsu, ninjutsu. And he also trains by fighting with him or sparring with him from time to time, and he learns how to do all that stuff. And he's going to have like shurikens. Deku's gonna have shurikens in this, and he's also gonna have like shurikens. I forgot what that knife was called. Oh man, come on now. Throwing shurikens, and I really did forget. Oh jeez. Shurikens, and what else Naruto ever used to fight. Okay. So now he learns how to do his clones are gonna learn how to be he learns how to do water clones, fire clones, lightning clones, explosion clones. Oh, he's gonna piss off Bakugo with that one. Let's see. He's gonna learn how to do the transformation jutsu. Let's see. I don't know what else jutsu he's probably gonna learn with the shadow clone. Wood clones, that's another one. And he's going to use his clones and the transformation jutsus to use mostly like shurikens and like swords and all that stuff, since he really can't get his own because he's kind of too young for anybody to like use it on him, or not to use it on. He can't use shurikens and all that stuff because they're not used for normal citizens. I guess they might have to use a permit and all that stuff. So anyway, he learns all that stuff. He also learns the Chidori, like I said before, Chidori. He's gonna learn Fireball Jutsu. He's gonna have all 5 nature chakras plus the yin and yang seals, but he doesn't use it most of the time. He mostly just uses the 5 nature chakras. Let's see. Oh, he's kind of learned how to master KCM like 1 and 2, and he's been training. Let's say that he's been training a little bit on Miyaboku with Sue's dad, and they taught him like other jutsus, but he hasn't. I don't think he's mastered Sage Mode, which he's gonna do on the 5, not the 5, the 10-month training arc, and I think that's gonna be like enough time for him to master it. Like, because I remembered in Naruto, he kind of did master it, but he was rushed. So he's not going to be rushed on this one. So anyway, what else would I say? Oh, it's the end of the school year, and that yada yada yada. Let's skip to what Bakugo says. He says none of you guys are ever going to be, you know, all you guys are beneath me. You know, you're second rate, third rate. Uh, you guys are gonna be lucky enough to be sidekicks to heroes. What else? What else? You guys are probably gonna be working desk jobs, and everybody's yelling at Bakugo and telling him, "Oh, you think you're better than us?" And Bakugo says, "Yeah, yes, I am. I'm the best, and I'm gonna be the best. There's nobody here that's ever gonna beat me." And then one of the kids say, "Oh yeah, what about Deku? We've seen him kick your ass a couple of times." And then Bakugo just went silent. Then he starts yelling again. He just tells them, "What the hell did you guys say?" And they keep talking about how fudge, Deku kind of he beats him most of the time. So how is he like the first? Like, I mean, not the first. How is he the best? And Bakugo says that he's a villain. He has a big a tailed beast, or not tailed beast. He doesn't know about that. That he has a monster inside of him, which in Izuku's mind, he tells him, "You know what? Let's just show him what you. Let's just show all of them what you look like, and let's make Bakugo look like a complete idiot." And Kuroma's all on board with this, and everybody says, "Oh, is that true? Does he have a monster inside of him?" And Deku says, "Kind of, in a way, if he's kind of referring to this." And Deku, everybody sees first like a shadowy like substance coming out of Deku, and he sees like they see Kurama, and he's in his chibi form, and all the girls automatically love it. They're all like how do I say? They're all like running towards it, or towards him. They're petting him. They're holding him. Let's just say he gets like one of those, squeezes to the boobs and all that stuff. And Kuroma's all like, "Yeah, I'm the best. I am the shit." And everybody's telling him, "Is this the monster that you've been talking about?" And and Bakugo says, "Yeah, that's him, but he could turn big. He could turn big." And everybody's telling Izuku, "Is that true?" And they said, "Yeah," but he's pretty much harmless. He's like a puppy, which kind of which kind of makes Kurama mad. The fact, "What do you mean I'm a puppy? I'm not a puppy." And Deku opens the window, since he's an anime he's the leading anime protagonist. He has to be in front of a window, and all that good stuff. So what happens is Kurama jumps out, and everybody says, "No, wait." And Naruto said, "Fudge." Deku says, "Everybody, don't freak out. He's pretty much a good guy. He came out of me." And everybody's like, "Oh, okay. Well, let's see what he looks like." And he turns into that. I don't know what that is. There's no actual picture here that's showing anything about that. Is there any right there? No. Anyway, they're saying that he's like so big, and all the boys are saying he looks so cool. And oh man, I really need my water. Hold on here, give me a second. I need some H2O. Oh. Oh man, I really did need that. Anyway, let's see. Oh, so Deku tells him this is Kurama. This is his original state. He's one of the most powerful beings on Earth, and he's also my quirk. But you know, it's BS. And everybody's so he's a sentient quirk, and he's all like, yeah, basically, he has his own free will. He he's harmless. He doesn't want to actually hurt anybody. And everybody looks at him as a big like monster because of his looks. But he's pretty much he's friendly. He's calm. You know, he likes being hugged by the chicks, which I don't know. I know he's old enough to be anybody's grandpa, but you know, nobody actually knows what I'm saying right now. But you know, Kurama's pretty much okay, and everybody's like taking his side because Izuku pretty much never does nothing bad. He's the good kid, and everybody likes him because of that. He's never caused mischief, unlike Bakugo. He's never cursed, unlike Bakugo. He never hurts anybody, unlike Bakugo. Pretty much a lot of comparisons. He's not evil, unlike Bakugo. But that's not the point right now. Point is, everybody's like, okay, yeah. And even the teacher's like amazed to see like what Deku's quirk really looks like. Which we all know it's not really a quirk. But we're just gonna pretend, you know. So anyway, after that, Kurama gets inside of Deku. No homo. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that arc. Now let's go to where the sludge villain goes. So Deku's just walking around, and he senses something when he goes inside the tunnel, and he sees a big sludge villain. But he's already sensed it because, you know, he's literally part fox in a way. And he can sense them because of their chakra, because of their chakra natures. So, what time is it? Oh, geez, 5 a.m. My parents are going to sleep now. So, how would I explain this? So Naruto, fudge. So Deku's all like, okay, this is kind of new. And the sludge villain says, hey kid, come over here. I need your body. No homo. That never would sound anything right. Even if I say no homo, that sounds pretty much homo. Oh, let's not talk about that. So Kurama like comes out of him like this is getting. I'm sorry. I really do have a dirty mind. Anyway, so Kurama comes out and says this body's already has what's called a powerful being inside of it. I don't think it needs you to dirty up my walls. And I really don't know what the sludge villain will say, other than this kid has to have like immense power if he has sentient quirk, because I think that it's kind of true, the fact that sentient quirks are kind of stronger because of the fact that they're not in control, but they're in control. But anyway, anything else. So he tries to go after it, after Deku, but Deku just body flickers behind it, and then the sludge villain tries to touch him, but he gets electrocuted by an electroclone, and Deku uses a Rasengan on one side of his palm, and then a Chidori on the other side, and he starts charging at him, and he does like I don't know how he just pushes both of them, so he's like shocked, and all that pressure is like pushing him, like pushing a lot of his sludge out, so he's splattered on the wall. And he's using air vacuum. He's gonna use air vacuum in a way that he can suck the sludge, no homo, and put him in a bottle. And a couple of seconds later, All Might arrives. Probably, how would he say it? I am here. Oh, I sound like a fag. Ugh. Well, that's not the point. So, All Might tells him, oh, well, what happened here? Why does this look like a carnage? Carnage Fest? Yeah, Carnage Fest. And Deku just says that I kind of defeated him. And All Might tells him, thank you, kid. Even though you're not supposed to use your quirk, you had to do what you had to do. But she's pretty much cool with if somebody has to use their quirk for defending. But Deku says that that's not his quirk. And All Might's all like, it's not really good of you to lie. I mean, how else would you defeat him? And Deku says, well, I kind of used my energy within me. And Deku said, no. And All Might says, energy within you? What? You mean like, I don't know what he'll say, probably your chi or something? And Deku says, not quite. He explains about like ninjutsu and like his chakra, and All Might kind of understands, because I'm not gonna explain just yet. He just knows what Deku's talking about, and let's see, what else would he would say? He'll say, oh, well, thank you, young man, for helping me out. Or for defeating the villain. And, he just jumps off. Deku doesn't have anything to tell him because he doesn't really care what anybody tells him because, I think I didn't mention this, but All Might, no, not All Might. He has more memories of what happened in his past, and he doesn't care what anybody tells him about becoming the #1 hero because he literally became Hokage. He became Hokage, so in his other life. So I think that gives him like, I guess like the confidence boost of 1,000,000. So he doesn't tell him a thing. A couple of minutes later, an explosion happens. And I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry that the story took so long, but I really do like long stories, because if they're short and they don't have a lot of like story within it, it just becomes boring to me. But you know what? I'm gonna end it off here. I'm sorry if you guys want to hear the rest of it, but I'm decided just to like stop it right here because it's kind of late and, well, geez, I guess it's early. I don't know how to explain this, but If you guys did like it, leave a comment, subscribe, like, do whatever what you want to do, and uh, tell me what other quirks, not quirks. Tell me who. I really don't know what to say. Just tell me who. What other like uh ninjutsu, or is it that? Is that how you say it? Ninjutsu or jutsus? What other jutsus that Deku will learn, and who does he want? Not who does he want? Who's going to be his love interest? Because I'm putting in Sue, so you guys pick another person. Because I think most of my what ifs, I'm gonna give him at least two people, two lovers, because you know, because Deku's gonna be that awesome. So you know what? Thank you for everything, and bye.